Hello everyone, it's Matt here, and this is another episode of The Collection, and in today's episode we're having a look at this hopper. This is actually a modification of the World City freight set hopper, converting it into a bogeyed version, and it's obviously a lot longer. It's actually been extended by the same, I think it's about by 10 of the actual thing, the specialist windshield or canopy pieces for the actual hopper part. But very interestingly, the ends of the hopper, which include these end supports, so that entire section there, and there's again the one on the opposite end, are exactly the same length as the actual capacitive section of these doors. So the door section is exactly the same as the ends section in terms of the number of studs. So it does look like a very balanced item of rolling stock. Now obviously this is not a complete model. It is missing several pieces in various colours. Some pieces are discoloured, and essentially this has been a model I've built from all the pieces in my collection. So no brickling cords have gone into this essentially. The original story behind the hopper, or why I did a extended version, is that I originally intended to do two hoppers of the same model. So I intended to just essentially create a duplicate. Now there were a few issues with that because the original hopper was very small, didn't actually contain a lot, and looked more like something you'd find in a permanent way train rather than something like this, which you probably would find in an actual freight train. So essentially what I've done is I've extended it outwards to include these bogies. And the reason why I've included bogies is that after a certain size of wagon, on the real thing maybe you would have had for just four wheels, but any large rolling stock and anything carrying a good weight to it, including things such as this hopper, would have bogies, and that's essentially why it's extended so far. And that's another reason why these end balcony sections are so big, is because to cope with the oversized wheels that Lego do, as a standard wheel size, obviously the end platform section has to be so big, and then obviously that dictates a few other things as well. But this is largely complete. The main issue with this one is actually just to do with parts not being in the correct colour. So these corner pieces should be in red, and they're currently in the grey. Various bits of the underframe are in the wrong colour, but it does actually work at exactly the same as the real one in the set. It's just a bit bigger. And in actual fact, I've actually also increased the capacity in two ways, because not only is it longer in terms of length, it's also one stud higher in terms of the size of the actual canopy, the actual size of the hopper. So it works in exactly the same way. So if I was to rotate this now, it's obviously got a load in, so I don't want to do that now, because obviously it will show off one of the problems is that this isn't quite as wide as I want it to, but it does reflect the same design. So it works in exactly the same way. It's just a lot longer and a lot bigger. And in actual fact, to show you how much more capacious it is, the load inside would actually fill the original hopper, and it's about just over a third full. So I can put the same again and more than just the original hopper, and all it's done is just double the hopper size in terms of length, and then add another stud as well. So this looks, in my eyes, like a really good model. It's a really simple one, but if you're looking for something which looks city-ish, that looks like something Lego would do, but is actually a custom mod, this sort of mod is something very easy you can do. I think you can pretty much do it to sort of any version of hopper that Lego has done in the past. Just essentially extend it outwards, fit bogies, and maybe alter the capacity, maybe to make it a bit more realistic. So anyway, that's this episode over with. Hope I'll see you in the next one.